This Tuesday, February 22nd at 2 p.m., the Rady JCC's Music and Mavens concert and lecture series will be presenting two of Winnipeg's finest clarinetists. The duo Clarinet Summit consists of outstanding orchestral player, teacher, and repairman Noam Goman, and Myron Schultz, who is known for his amazing work with the Winnipeg klezmer band Finjan, as well as the group Black Sea Station. The duo will be performing both classical and traditional music from the klezmer tradition. And joining me here over Zoom to chat about this concert is Myron Schultz. Hey, Myron, how's it going?
It's going well, Chris. I have to take exception with something in your opening.
Okay.
Well, because there are so many fine clarinetists in the city. I'm talking to one of them.
Oh,
so this is just the beginning.
Thank you. So you and Noam have created the Clarinet Summit, this wonderful duo. Can you tell us about how you met Noam Goman and how long that relationship has happened, and what inspired you to perform together?
Noam has been working on my clarinets for many years. Has he worked on yours over the years?
Yes,
he has.
Yeah.
If you play the clarinet in Winnipeg, you pretty well have to know Noam. He's a bit of a magician, and in recent times when I've talked to him, it's become clear to me also what a fine musician he is, something that I didn't really get to know perhaps. And I thought, well, it sort of happened because I had gotten involved with a new relationship with another instrument and started doing a little more classical, and I was testing some instruments in front of Naum and thought, this is the beginning of something, and that's how it sort of was born.
It's great. I know both you and Noam are passionate about the clarinet, but for me as a clarinet player, something that I've always meant to ask you is, how did you start playing clarinet, and what got you interested in klezmer specifically?
How I got interested in clarinet is a long and convoluted story. I come from a musical family. My mother, a blessed memory, was an outstanding pianist, and my father was an outstanding radio player. But had a great love for music. Anyway, so music was the thing. My oldest sister became very skilled at piano. My next sister did piano, but she became very good at flute. My brother Victor was he was okay on violin. And in reality, he was remarkable. And I tried playing piano and violin, and was passable on either, barely passable. And next to Erica and Victor, trying to play one of those instruments was, just foolish, because I would just be frustrating myself. So my parents thought, well, let's try something completely different. And we tried clarinet, and started with a teacher here named Don Sporden many, many years ago. I think I must have been somewhere around 7-ish, I think. And then at one point, Don said, I really can't teach him further. He needs somebody better than me. And I moved on to Ted Oyen, who was the then principal of the Winnipeg Symphony.
Oh, wow.
And in terms of klezmer, it was through the Chai Folk Ensemble back when I was in grade 10 that I was first introduced to the style, and it just sort of continued on after that.
It's great. So I know you've performed at the Music and Mavens series before. How did this concert come about on Tuesday? Did you approach Carla Burbeyer, or was it vice versa? How did they talk about how this concert came about?
I approached Carla. We have the sort of communication that if one of us has an idea, we talk to the other one. And in this particular case, I had the idea that I wanted to do something with Naum. I wanted Naum to have a stage, because he's just such a fine player and fine man, and so respected amongst so many people, but is in the background. And I was starting to think a little bit more with classical, and I thought, you know what, why not do this? And it's going to be something completely different from anything I've really done in a Music and Mavens context. So that's how it happened.
There you have it. Yeah. And for our Classic 107 listeners out there, Noam Goman is, he's a bit of, amongst us clarinet players, he's a bit of a legend here around town. A very, very fine player. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What can people expect from Tuesday's concert? Can you talk about some of the rep that you'll be playing? I know that there's Mozart and Rossini and others, but can you talk about some of the pieces that you'll be playing?
Well, one is a Mozart clarinet duet, and it's beautiful piece in the true Mozart tradition. I mean, you can hear little snippets from what came from the Mozart concerto, and but it's just beautiful music. So 3 movements of that, and the second movement particularly soulful. And then one that I found that I'm really tickled about is duets of 4 Rosé Etudes.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about those.
Yeah, I mean, as clarinetists, we're slogging through those etudes, and we grow to hate them. But as duets, they're really amazing pieces of music, and I think that was the most fun to actually work on. So there's 4 of those etudes.
Yeah, it's like I think I know those duets. I think somebody's actually written in a harmonization to the original Rosé etudes, and they work out very, very well, right?
Yeah, well, it's harmony, and it's counterpoint, and all sorts of weird things that go on inside of them, actually, and it just changes the whole essence of them. Really, it takes it from a study to a concert piece, and they're really fun. And then there's this Rossini suite from the Barber of Seville, which also was just tremendously fun to hear these melodies just with 2 clarinets. And you don't often hear 2 clarinets together. It's usually with either piano accompaniment, or I'm used to playing with basses and guitars and violins where they're just trying to play louder than me. So and it's bare. I mean, it's 2 clarinets, and that's it.
The other part of the concert is you are going to be doing some klezmer stuff as well. Can you talk about the klezmer tunes that you're going to be doing? And
sorry, go ahead.
Is it duets with Noam, or is it just yourself?
Duets. No, duets. Nice. Duets.
Amazing.
I'll tell you something funny about our rehearsal. So we're playing through the Mozart, and then we're doing the other. We're doing, say, the Rosé. And now would then say, in his Russian accent, Myron, let's do klezmer, please. Let's do klezmer, please, from my heart. So I mean, you got this funny duality going here, where I'm the one really aching to do some of the classical music because I don't get to do it very often, and he's aching to play the klezmer music, and so. It's funny that we're coming from 2 completely different perspectives. Right.
So
so a couple. There's 3 of them on the program that we'll be doing. 2 that are listed and 1 that isn't listed. That nice traditional pieces, but with 2 clarinets, it just comes off more of as a chamber piece almost than a traditional klezmer piece.
Did you arrange them, or where did the arrangements come from?
No, we found the arrangements. Although I tinkled with them, I would say to them, look, if we want this to be klezmer, we're going to do this, and not telling any tales out of school here, but sometimes Naum's head would kind of explode because he's not used to playing in that sort of way, that you just sort of change it up and add extra repeats, or you change an introduction, or you cut off a part here, you cut off a part there. So I would be torturing him with some of these changes to make it a little bit more in the tradition.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. It sounds like there's a little bit of something for everybody. There's like music for opera lovers with Rossini, there's Mozart, there's the klezmer. What do you think, what do you hope audiences will take away from the concert on Tuesday?
Um, well, I guess mainly just that they'll gain a great appreciation for the clarinet as a instrument on its own. That it's got a beautiful voice to it,
Mhm.
and it's versatile in the styles that can be played, um, and that they'll just enjoy a nice afternoon of music that they might not otherwise be exposed to. I think it's kind of out of the ordinary for this series that Carla's done for so many years. It's a bit of an outlier of concerts.
Yeah, it's something new. It sounds really, really great. Myron, the concert on Tuesday at 2 o'clock at the Rady GCC for the Music and Maven series sounds just great.
Yeah,
I want to take,
can I
go ahead.
just say one thing here? And
Sure.
I sort of joked about it at the beginning. One of my hopes is that in another event, and Carla, I hope you're listening, that we get 4 or 5 clarinetists involved in a show, duets, trios, quartets, quintets, whatever, yourself, uh, maybe get Trudy if she doesn't get elected out, or maybe even if she does get elected, I wonder how many times an MLA has played at a Music and Mavens concert. Get, oh my God, Jim from the Symphony, Jim Manishin.
Yeah, James Madison. Yeah, sure.
Get some of these people who are Norm Rosenbaum, some really fine players who are out there, and we don't, we're not playing with the symphony. We're not, but just to do a concert together and have some fun and play some music that's not otherwise heard. So, are you up for it next time?
Count me in, baby. Yeah,
okay.
Totally. Yeah. And it'd be easy to get Norman because he's one of my students. So,
okay.
Yeah. There
Norman and I used to play against each other in the music festival 3,000 years ago.
Sounds great. Myron, the concert on Tuesday sounds amazing. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with me today.
Always a pleasure, Chris.